Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
Welcome along, guys. It is finally race day. It is round 2. We are in Kyalami, and what a race we're in for this evening. It looks like we are looking at a smaller grid than normal today. We're looking at 15. We're looking for some great action. It is, of course, a wet qualifying here in Kyalami, and you will notice that our Wednesday season didn't start this week due to Kunos having issues with their overall game servers. So even though our own server was ready to go, no one could enter. So we have postponed the Watkins Glen race to the end of the season on the Wednesday one. So round 1 of season 6 on our Wednesday championship is Kyalami starting this Wednesday. But enough about then, we're on about now. So at the minute, everybody's out there trying to get a lap in. Giuseppe Castellano sets the fastest lap so far at 1:52.297. As I say that, over the line goes Florian Larue. He has a 1:51.132 at the minute. This track for me is probably one of the greatest tracks in ACC. The South African server obviously made famous with the likes of Formula 1 back in the day, and of course getting the transformation into the track we know today, of course, back in the 60s. And even before that, it didn't look anything like this. It was completely different, and a great racetrack back then as it is now. It's a it's a technical circuit, but when you get it right, it's unbelievable. In terms of cars, which wouldn't be too favoured around here, I'd say the Beamer might be at a little disadvantage, low on the rain, and with those curbs, it can really abuse them. The McLaren and Ferrari should be quite fast. I expect the Porsche to be quite decent there as well. As we know with this one so far, quite a lot of Ferrari cars in here this evening. But yeah, looking all good out there. Our boy Andy Polycott in the Supercharged Motorsport Ferrari, doing a very good job there and getting his lap in. Nathan Warren's decided to sit in the pits with the umbrella for a little bit. Finley Gamble, wee Finley there for the 2ID team, repping well, of course. Liam Smith and Glenn in the Wednesday championship. Excuse me for my little yawn. Being a busy week, but fun nonetheless. On Monday we will actually be streaming our F1 championship live. I will be doing so, as I'll be just looking for a bit of data on certain things. So you will see us live this Monday as a once off for that. Oh, Finley gets a little bit side, but holds up very well. And then we've got Graham Kerr back in. He done a great job last week. Be interesting to see how he gets on this evening. Then we've got Tyrone Albert's home race for him, being a South African driver. I'm sure knows it like the back of his hand. I see a wild Chris Tedder appearing into the server as well, as you see the Mercedes on stilts there. Anthony Ferrante sitting in the pits, and Chris Polycott in the Supercharged Motorsport team liveried Ferrari out there as well. Great to have him on board with ourselves. And if I may say so myself, the car actually looks quite nice out there on track. Nice to see Anonymous Rattling here racing. So the livery I don't think is loaded up front. which is quite tough. And of course then Mr. Tedder still in the pits. So we're down to a 250. Actually, let me see what button is it I press. No, there we go. Just to give you the split times on screen as well. And so fastest second and third sector for LaRue. And Usmanov actually running our supercharged livery as well. We've got him on board. He is actually the fastest fourth sector at 33.305. So looking at that, the lap time should get down closer to the 149s. On an ideal lap, of course. This is very, very heavy rain here today. Not flooded, but just wet. As LaRue crosses the line and gets to go again. Nice lap there from Clement Laveron onto P2 at 150.905, getting quite close. And of course, last week's race winner and supercharged motorsport driver Maurice Boutin is there in P3 at the minute, at 151.1. I'm definitely sure that time will drop down. Then we have Ayrton Usmanov next, Giuseppe Castellano. Finley Gamble just jumps Andy Podicott there. Nice lap time for Finley. Although it's down with our boy Andy. He is improving at the minute. That is heavy rain out there now. Although it's reducing rain. Do we get a dry race today, I wonder? So Andy Podicott there is improving. Looking at the time, he's up about 4 or so tenths. I don't want to jinx him. This could nip Giuseppe Castellano, all going well. Nice exit there, Andy. That's beautiful stuff. This corner will absolutely catch people out. See that just happened there. As I said, I actually jinxed my own driver. Yeah, you hit that inside sausage car, but just sends you to Timbuktu. As Giuseppe gets himself up onto provisional pole at 150.015. I told you the 149s is coming, and I'd say that'll be there quite soon. Is Tedder on track? Not yet. Anonymous track. Chris Podicott out there now. I'm surprised Anthony Ferrante hasn't got out for a lap yet, just to even get a feel in. As I say that, is he going to drop and go? No, he thinks the better of it. I see the car dropping just as I go off him. Nathan, my good old teammate in the Amigos SRO series and in the LFI endurance race. How are you getting on today, mate? I'm expecting nothing but pole out here, no pressure at all. Chris, I'm live on stream, but I said I'd come in and say hello to you. What's the crack?
Yeah, alright, mate. I don't know what to do for a wet setup.
0-0 wings, extremely stiff suspension, and make sure the diff is as locky as possible.
Yes. Genuinely, I don't know. I can't remember what the setups need to be changed. So I've just come out, basically.
So, because you're so unprepared, what I'm going to ask you to do on the stream is we're going to do an onboard lap with you as you're doing your actual race or your qualifying lap. You can talk your lap with us.
So, what I'll do, I come to the braking zone here and put it into the wall. I dig it out to the wall and get to the next braking zone and stick it in the wall again. And as I try and straighten up, I spin.
Oh, that's a new twist.
Yeah. Right, it's the best type of racing now.
Yeah, exactly.
Honest. Oh, I've got no front end at all.
For the viewers who
forgot about it, I ain't gonna lie.
No, you're alright, you're alright. Your car is very disconnecty looking at the minute. No, everyone's one is. I wonder is it maybe it's my own internet acting the MAGA.
It's that Irish internet, mate. I keep telling you this.
I think it is because I'm in this chat. That's what's killing me. Right, I'll let you go. Although it's all kind of coming back to normal. Honestly, it must be.
Oh my god.
I'll chat to you in a bit. Good luck on your race, mate.
Oh, mate. See you in a bit.
Talk to you in a bit. I don't know what's going on with that. game is not what we're liking what's going on. We don't have much running, so that's what doesn't make sense. Okay, it seems to be back to normal now. That was definitely a little bit sketchy there. Right, so let me see. Everything's looking good. So we have Rocky from Bhutan, Finley Gamble in 7. So we'll start at the front. In the 49s now is Florian Lacroix. Beautiful, beautiful lap time from the French driver. Bit sideways there, is he? Oh, he's fine. Gets through. Giuseppe Castellano next then. So Giuseppe, of course, racing for M4R Squadra Racing. Absolutely great bunch of people. Then we got Graham Kerr in P3. Of course, he was very heavily involved in the racing last week. Then we've got Clement Lavarone next, who is doing also quite a solid job. Then Roshi's in the pits. Maurice Boutin is out there on an outlap. So he'll be looking to get going this evening and to see what he can do. Then we have Ayrton Usmanov next. So Usmanov doing quite a handy job, let's be fair about it. And unfortunately, don't know what happened there with the teammates. Then we have Finley Gamble. Whoa, that was a snap of oversteer and a half. He's absolutely lit. Then we've got Chris Polycott on a slow lap. Andy Polycott as well. Although he's actually up a bit of time, so we'll stay on with Andy for a minute and see how he gets on. Doing a good job. Anthony Frante has not got a time on. We have, it looks like Fabio from M4 is after being able to make it. Anonymous Rat is out there now. And of course Chris Tedder is on a lap, but he's been kind of trying to make up a setup as he goes. I don't think he expected it to be as wet. Of course, he had massive issues last week with understeer. So, by the sounds of it, his setup may not be on point. So hopefully, I know Chris loves this track like myself. I'd fairly say of everyone I know, me, Chris, and then Glenn Smith absolutely loves it as well. So, I'm expecting Chris to do well, even with a setup maybe not optimal. He's got through fine. Lovely stuff there. So going to start a lap now is Chris Polycott. Away we go, let's see what he can do. So Chris is literally just ahead of Andy. But Andy here might say something different. Yes, he does. He says, Andy, Chris, get behind me. That's a lovely lap there from Andy Polycott. 151.147. Whoa, someone just jumped up there. Morris Boot, and look at Morris. A 149.297. Unbelievable. Now look through a 148.682. What is going on? They're finding time out of nowhere. Now, of course, the track has been drying. The rain has been getting lighter. So, of course, with that, it does get that bit faster as well. Hello there, Kenny's Ghost. How are you? Hope you're keeping well. So, Morris here, not improving this time. I'm going to jump on my Kerr. Kerr's improving 0.4 of a second. Could possibly jump Giuseppe Castellano. It all depends on can he make it now around the last few corners. Of course, that's the one. Once you clear that, you're fairly confident you'll be home and dry. So he leaves it in second gear. He doesn't go for the fourth gear exit. And that's going to be a nice time from him. That's going to actually pop him up into P3 there. Not too far off P2 either. That was a great lap there, a 149.320. So less than 0.03 of a second off Morris Boutin. So Morris is going to have a bit of work in his hands. Giuseppe Castellano here is already up 0.2. He's only about half a lap nearly in. Rossi not improving this time around, so Christian is going to have to find something more for the M4 Squadra team to get up there with Giuseppe Castellano. Back further, let me see. So Ferrante's not going to come out. Ghilardi's not going to come out. Tedder's out there now. Tedder needs to get another lap in. Tedder is just a little bit off at the minute. Of course, it is only a 30-minute sprint race. Whoa! Lee in his home race, absolutely sending it. Good looking Porsche, that, to be fair. Nathan Warren down on P13. He's going to have to find something major as well. Maybe I should have sent him setups actually before the race. That would probably be nice as well, wouldn't it? In case he didn't have any. Yeah, it is definitely weird to see Kyalami wet, but we can't have Kyalami dry all the time. The drivers get too used to it then, you know? Have to change it up a little bit. And to be fair, it's actually, I'd say, as fun to drive in the wet as it is in the dry. For me, it's probably my personal favourite track in the game. And even ahead of Nordschleife, and I love Nordschleife. With Kyalami, for me, I could race it for 12 hours and not get bored. It's just that good of a track, because you're always finding time. And speaking of finding time, Andy Poddicott's finding time as we speak, with the track starting to dry up that bit more. Times are starting to plummet. At 1:48.6 for this Lecrue's fastest lap. Morris will have probably one more bite at the cherry. Giuseppe Castellano, this is it for him. He needs to make this lap count, and he is up a little bit of time. Behind that, Kerr needs to make this count. Laverion needs to make count. Anonymous Rat up into P6, well done. But that's you done with, as is Usmanov. But Roti might have a chance in another Poppada. Finley Gamble has one last chance. Alberts is in the pits. Polycott that we're on with here has jumped up into P10 and has one more go of it. So this will be interesting to see. Morris Booton starts his essential last lap now. Nathan Warren has one last go at it. And while we're on with Nathan Warren, he goes up into P9 after improving there. So this is his last shot. He's given up on it. That's it. Oh, Finley Gamble is unfortunately finished with it now as well. Andy Polycott might be able to make it to the line. No, she's only halfway around the track. I must be smoking crack. Voster has got across the line in time. Has one more shot at Chris Tedder. Up quite a bit of time so far. But this is it. You got to make it count now. This is it, guys. Our last... I tell you one thing. Giuseppe Castellano on for a time. Could be possible pole. This is a beautiful time from Giuseppe Castellano. And wow, a 1:48.642, 0.04 seconds faster than Lecrue. Lecrue's not improving. Morris Booton's not improving. Kerr is improving and jumps Morris Booton. Laverione is improving, but not enough, and that's going to slow down that improvement there. So that looks like that is it, guys. There's no one else going to improve. That's pretty much the action for qualifying. And while we are here, I'm just going to run a quick little ad for ACC Drive. This is probably one of the greatest apps, especially if you're doing endurance racing. And we're proud that we have been partners with ACC Drive now for a year. They've sponsored several seasons of what we do, and they're absolutely top class. And I'd recommend them 100%. And then, of course, Track Titan, who have become on board with us as partners. And we have 30% off for anyone who's part of our community for any subscriptions with them. The code is in our community there as well. But yeah, that is it for qualifying. We'll wait for the race server to go live then, and we'll go through the order as I normally do. For so many signups, we are down to only 17 cars today on the grid. Just it is part of the summer. We've 31 or 32 signups for the Fridays, but unfortunately with life and everything else, we'll probably never see a full grid on a Friday. But I'm still more than happy to be broadcasting and commentating on this 30-minute sprint. Great little kind of feeder into what's happening on Wednesday. So for the drivers, it's the exact same server settings. So for them, it's all about getting that information and being able to translate it then as well. Nice to see a few other cars other than the Ferraris, which seems to be quite popular. I love seeing the Forsters in a Porsche. Franti in the BMW, Booten in the BMW, Tedder in the Mercedes, which is quite an unloved car now, like the Aston Martin is also a very unloved car as well, I find, of late in ACC, so it's nice to see those cars being used, and that's the whole point of an LFM Bop. It's about having fun as well. Let me see. But, right, let's just wait for that to get going. Stoke. That's cool, yoke. Waiting for us to load up and we'll get going. Any minute. Oh, it's probably me that was holding up. No. It's the wait time. But yeah. Hopefully when you're watching this back as well this evening, if you haven't signed up for a Wednesday championship, there still is a few spaces left. Round 1 essentially starts this week due to Kunos. But yeah, definitely get involved. There is going to be a few other things coming up in the short future. And of course, as I stated at the start of the stream, I'm going to be doing comms on our F1 races for this Monday, as I want to test a few things out. So we do a sprint race season on a Monday, which is 2 different tracks, 2 25% races. Does be great fun. And here we are getting into a little bit of a darker territory now in Kyalami. And as I normally do, I'm going to get on to the drone cam and we'll go through the grid. Because for me, that is what's fun. So let's go around. So it's going to be a short run up so I can relax going through this. So Giuseppe Castellano gets himself on pole position. He races for M4 or Squadra. In P2 then we've Lacroix. Another very good driver, and I like the colour scheme on the car. It's a nice one. Reminds me of the Porsche, but he has it like a shark, so I like it. Reminds me of that Porsche. Then in P3 we have Kerr in the beautiful looking Ferrari. Then we have Morris Boutin for ourselves for Supercharged Motorsport team, and he is in P4, of course, race winner last week as well. Let's see, can he get onto the podium this week? Then we have Leveron the next in P5. Beside Leveron we've got Anonymous Wrath in P6. Then in P7 we have Ayrton Usmanov, of course, joined our team last week, I think it was, so delighted to have Ayrton on board for Supercharged Motorsport team. Then we have Roshi next. He's an M4 or Squadra racer. Then Chris Tedder is the owner and racer of Amigos Racing Team and Amigos Community. Legend of a lad. Of course, their new season is advertised in our Discord as well. Then we have, where are we now? Nathan Warren next, my partner in crime for Supercharged Motorsport Racing Team. And Nathan's an absolute legend. I love the man to bits. Then we have Finley Gamble next week. Finley diddle dee. He's actually, well, I will say this, as much as I slag him for being Northern Irish, he's improved massively since I've been made aware of Finley. Probably close to about 8 or 9 months ago now, and his rate improvement has been huge, so keep it up, Finley, well done. Andy Polycott next. Of course, we're delighted to have these Polycott duo in our Supercharged Motorsport Racing team as well. He lines up then in P12 ahead of Alberts in the McLaren. Then we have the second of the Polycotts, Chris Polycott, racing for our own Supercharged Motorsport team. As I say, really happy to have the guys on board. Then we have Borster next in the Porsche 992. And behind him we've got Anthony Ferrante. And then we have Gilhardre. So that is that. So for people who are new to the streams or new to the community, first lap incidents are double penalties. So if you do want them, going to be double penalties. Now there is a bit of standing water there on the track, so that's going to make this corner, or you can see a good bit of standing water there. Let's have a quick look around the rest of the track. whereas the straight isn't really going to worry too much. So you don't want to maybe go too tight here at the start. It seems to have a little bit of standing water, nothing major. Huge amount of standing water here. So this may, under braking, unstabilized cars are probably actually better in the center here. And then getting on the brakes, because it's quite wet on the outside and on the inside. In terms of this corner, all looking okay. A little bit of standing water. Maybe don't attack it too much on the right hand side, attack it to the left. Obviously in the first lap it might be too hard to do that. Now the next corners, is there much standing water? Nothing major. It's going to be an interesting one, because looking around the track, a little bit of standing water there, but that's not on entry unless you're going for a move. Loads of standing water, so this might be difficult if anyone runs wide. And then of course on the inside, so for the first few laps until there's a proper dry racing line, it's looking like this is going to be quite an interesting few laps. It's going to be hard for them not to have an incident maybe on lap 1. I'm going to go up under this. Let me see what it's like here. It's uphill braking. Here should be fine. There shouldn't be any standing water because it's down to a downhill section. Might be a bit of standing water possibly down here. Yeah, you can see a bit there. All in all though, yeah, they're just going to have to be careful as all their engines are on. I tell you what, let's get back. So that is the starting order there. And you will see the Ferraris don't get a bop here at all. And there's plus 13 kilos added to the McLaren, plus 8 kilos to the BMW, plus 3 kilos to the Mercedes, and plus 3 to the Porsche 911 as well. So yeah, definitely going to make for an interesting race, guys. Don't know why my mouse is deciding not to work. There we go. And let's get on with the race leader. And we're going to go with the helicopter view for this one here to try to get everybody at the race start. It is going to be very, very tough for them to get any temperatures into the first corner. And yeah, I'd love if there was no ghosting on the start up here. So getting ready to go once they come to the line. Although I might change the camera. Yeah, go to the longer one here. So any second now we should see the green flag. Yeah, and the green flag, and off we are racing. Quite a tame looking start so far. So Lacroix and Castellano, no one's really made a move just yet. Everyone's kind of been quite calm under the braking now. We might see a bit of action. Maurice Boutin looks like he's gone up for P3, possibly P2, but has to get out of it. Maurice might drop back down a bit here. He's the inside line, but Castellano is away with it. Maurice has definitely held on to that. So Maurice Boutin into P3. Anonymous Rat up to P4. Now Kerr drops down to P6 as Leveron gets by as well. So it's been a tough start for Kerr. But great driving for Leveron. It looks like Usmanov kind of just sitting, waiting to get going. You can see, oh, Chris gets the nose cut off him a little bit by the Ferrari. Usmanov just being very, very careful. The M4 car right behind Tedder trying to show a nose. Usmanov doing a good job there, but Kerr's doing very good. Lacroix though, oh, lost it on the curb. That's big damage for Lacroix. And now he's wedged on the curb. He's held the brakes, which is the right thing to do. And away he gets to go again. He's going to have to jump straight into the pits now, because I'd say there's quite a bit of damage on that car. So Castellano now from Maurice Boutin, but Boutin's under pressure there from Anonymous Rat up into P3. Then Rossi and Usmanov are after swapping positions there. Rossi's got by Usmanov. Tedder's putting pressure on Usmanov as well. The track is only damp now, so there'll be dry setups on these cars. Although rain looks like it's coming near the end of the session. I would assume most people started on dry tyres. We will know throughout the race. Leveron is getting by Anonymous Rat by the looks of it there. Leveron has. Anonymous Rat now under pressure from Kerr. Kerr's right there with Rat. Then behind him is Rossi. But Castellano fast lap of the race at 1:55.492 and is pulled 1.6 seconds for Maurice Boutin. But Boutin's after pulling 1.2 seconds down to Leveron. So it's been good for Boutin as well. He's been able to get through. Gilhidre in the pits, not sure what's going on there. Then Florian is actually just going to keep driving with the damage. Usmanov and Tedder swapping positions there. Ooh, Tedder looks like he's got by And now Usmanov under pressure from teammate Nathan Warren. So everybody is really giving it socks here this evening. It is a sprint race, and this is what it's all about. Good hard racing. We're already a few minutes into this, onto the second lap. And it's still going on. Tedder's after dropping down behind Finley Gamble now. Vorster's after dropping a few positions as well. That's Bo Pottycott's up by there as well. Absolutely great stuff there. Alberto Ferrante behind. Lacroix then catching up though. So Lacroix's only 6 seconds off these. Vorster will look for a way by. That Porsche will be super fast, especially if on dry tyres. So Morris is starting to catch Giuseppe Castellano now. So Morris is kind of settling down a bit. Maybe Giuseppe is as well. Lavarone only 1.2 seconds behind them. Then Anonymous Rat is still right there. 0.7 off him. Then just behind, Kerr is dropped in a second as well. So absolutely great stuff there. The fastest lap is still a 1:55.492. Are we expecting that to change? Let's see. As it looks like the Polycotts have swapped positions there. Ooh, Andy Polycott going to be dropping a few positions. Chris Tedder has dropped a few. Let's go back 15 seconds and see what's happened there. Oh, it was a touch from them. And then the Chris does hit the curb. Oh, he lost it on entry. But the good thing for Chris is minimal damage. But he's seen, I don't mind that. I know he didn't hold his brakes, but he was looking at the cars. There was nothing there. So that there would be fine. Lacroix now, after that huge incident, is ahead of Chris Tedder. And then Anthony Ferrante just behind. Then Vorster is there with Chris Polycott there. Albert's in between the other Andy Polycott. Then we've got Finley Gamble right there. Nathan Warren and Usmanov next. Kerdo right there with Anonymous Rat, only 0.4 of a second between them. See, Ferrari versus Ferrari versus Ferrari. What a film. So Morris Bouton still kind of in around the 0.5, 0.7 second mark. Is that Kerr after dropping it? It is. I've just seen it in the background there. So we'll go helicopter just to see. He just lost it on the curb on exit. Yeah. So easy it can happen, and that's a nice bit of damage there for him as well. I don't know why he stopped. He's given up. So that's one position now for the others. As Kerr has given up, which you're just giving up points more than anything else. Lavarone up into P3, still there with Morris, but Morris has dropped off from Giuseppe now. So the track is greasy, so it's getting fast now. A 1:48.165 for Castellano last time round. He's been really able to push that forward. Alberts is after getting by Chris Polycott, and Chris Polycott though won't be giving up. Two different cars. I don't think the Ferrari is susceptible to any aero wash, although he's going to go for it. He was too far behind and he done the right thing, took back in and fight another day. With Finley here and right behind Usmanov as he's dropped off to Nathan Warren. Then Nathan was 4.2 seconds behind Rocky here, with Anonymous Strat still doing a great job there in P4 and not getting dropped off too much by the guys ahead. So it's still a big chance for him later on in the race. People are dropping it, as we've seen Kerr dropping it there and unfortunately left the session. But the crew dropped it, was balls last and is now up in P14 and moving forward there. So, you know, you don't get points for not finishing. So good to see that. Finley Gamble 0.5 a second off Polycott. Chris is 0.4 of a second off Alberts. Tedder is about 0.8 seconds off Forster as well. So Tedder is still in the hunt for a bit of a fight. Lacroix, I'm surprised, just hasn't pitted. Look, you can just tell that car has some severe damage. Let's see on a straight though. Yeah, he's struggling. Yeah, the car's all over the place there. Why is the game being so laggy? Back into it there now. The game is not loving this today. I don't know what's going on with people's pings. Vorster's in the pits anyway. So why has he gone to pits? There's no mandatory pit. Did he not fuel? Did he go in a qualifying? I don't know about exactly how long he's in the pits for, because if he didn't fuel, that's a major thing. That's put him out of any contention then of really jumping up positions in a sprint race. You do not want to go out and quality fuel. Finley Gamble though is putting Ayrton under a nice bit of pressure, but Ayrton holding it off. Not too bad. And of course then behind them Albert, so you've got Chris Polycott ahead, then you've got Tyrone Alberts here, and then behind him is Chris Tedder. Chris gets a little bit sideways in the Mercedes, as it's still greasy out there as well. So we have two South Africans racing their home race today of Alberts and then Vorster as well. Vorster has a stop-go 30 though, which is majorly unfortunate. Maybe that's what it is that he stopped for. Maybe I missed that. And this is a move and a half there if he's able to stick, and he does. Oh, Polycott's coming back. Oh, I don't know about this one. That was... Oh, Polycott's gone up the inside. He's gone for the late break move. That is great driving there from Chris Polycott. What a defence. What a defence. Get in there, Lewis. Oh, look at Tedder up the inside as well. Wow, Tyrone is losing a few positions, but he might get a slightly better exit than Tedder. Although that Mercedes in a straight line is an absolute beast of a car. So let's see what happens here going down the straight. It looks like Polycott's going to live to fight another day. Tedder's living to fight another day. And Alberts is waiting now. Probably feels what could have been, as he nearly had the move done. Although when you leave the inside line open like that at all, you always know someone's going to have their nose up there. But it's the kind of corner where you can brake a little bit later and make it. As Tedder and Polycott are going sideways. Chris slightly behind at the minute and has to concede it for now, but Chris definitely seems to be the faster at the moment. That doesn't mean anything. And we have Lee Vorster coming in now to serve his stop-go 30. But think of the points lead, that's all I can say on that one there. Morris Bhutan is now the fastest lap of the race at 1:46.570 and is about 0.6 of a second off Giuseppe Castellano. So it seems to be them two are the swapping pace at the present moment in time. What can he do? As that's a nice X there from both of them. This time round they're both up time, so Castellano holds the fast lap for a second, then it moves straight back to Morris Bhutan, then it goes back to Lavarone. We're now into the 1:45.937s with Lavarone. So it was a Giuseppe Castellano 1:46.315, then straight away 1:46.042 by Morris, then Lavarone at 1:45.937. So Giuseppe is losing a lot of time last lap to both cars pretty much just behind. Finley Gamble is still there with Usmanov. I don't think he's able just to find the extra bit of pace to get him by. Albertus there has to try to find a way past Mr. Chris Polycott. Oh, and that's not the way to pass. Let's have a quick look at that. So he's a far way back from Polycott. Whoa. That was a horrendous move. So he's back going now with Chris then ahead, Tedder then in P10, Andy Polycott in P9, Anthony Ferrante still going nice and strong. Lacroix up in P13 now as well, by the way. So to be fair about Lacroix, doing a great job there. Vorster, Lee, I absolutely love the fact that even though he's had the stop-go 30, is still on it, and that's exactly, I will not stress this enough, I want the fast drivers racing our communities and having fun. I want the average kind of low to fast sim races as well. But if I could fill everything up with people who stay and race to the end and give it their best no matter what, you know, for me, the likes of Lee Vorster, drivers like him, Anthony Ferrante as well, they're a core for any community. You need people that are dedicated. And I'm not saying the fast ones aren't, but sometimes you see the fast ones leaving if they have an incident. Thank God tonight La Cruz shows us the kind of driver that he is as well. Doesn't leave and just gets on with it. And it's something I had to learn as well, like, because before I would have been like, right, give up. But ever since having the community, the team and stuff like that, you need to understand the strength of being able just to finish off a race. A 1:44.967, as I was saying, from Leverone here is the fastest lap of the race, and he's all over the back now of Maurice Boutin. Maurice Boutin has dropped a bit behind Castellano. I think that's kind of been the pattern with the three of these. It seems to be once Maurice breaks Leverone, he catches up to Castellano. Then Leverone catches back up, then he drops off Castellano on the fence. And though this time here he's trying to send it around the outside of Morris. Morris holds the inside line here. This is going to be interesting. McLaren would have got a faster exit. Morris knows he's kind of back on the back foot now, as the inside line is there. Oh, that was very, very close between both of them there. So Morris going to try to cut back here by the looks of it. But it looks like Clemente Leverone has enough pace there to get by. Great drive from both of them. It's not hard to track. I love being side by side, but so far tonight all the drivers have been able to do it and get away with it, so fair play to them. That was a lovely, lovely bit of driving from both of them. And Honest Murat is still there as well. Not too far off, as I say. He can sit and wait and kind of... Let's hope that one of the guys ahead maybe has a drop off and he's into a podium there. He doesn't have to overdrive. He can just let the race come to him as we're nearly halfway through our race this evening. Anthony Ferrante there doing a great job up in P13 now. Job's a good one. Giuseppe Castellano doing a very good job. 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds clear of Leverone. So Giuseppe Castellano is on a lightning fast lap. Although Leverone last time around at 1:44.775, which was unbelievable. On an 18-degree track, 18-degree air temperature as well, very, very even. Giuseppe Castellano here looks like we'll be going for a fastest lap run. Let's see, he's after putting up 7/10 now. That should get him essentially on for a P1 run. Or sorry, not a P1 run, fastest lap run. So onto the brakes he goes. He's still up about 7, maybe 8/10 of a second now. He's finding time still, so his fastest lap so far was a 1:45.2. 1:45.2 last time out from. What is it going to be this time here? I have a feeling this is going to be a lightning fast lap. At 1:44.127, Leverone at 1:44.62, Maurice Boutin at 1:45.712. So the two of them are the only ones in the 1:44, so they're absolutely flying out there in front. Really, really interesting. They're giving it everything out there. Chris Tedder and Andy Podicott going for the battle. Chris starting to find his form in this car, and it looks like it's going to be dry for the full race. Oh, Chris goes right for the outside. Andy gonna go for the switchback. Chris has the drive and the move done. If I was Andy, I'd just get towed along now by Chris. Finley Gamble is about, what, 4.2, 4.3 seconds clear of Chris Tedder now, so he just needs to keep focusing on what he was doing, sticking with Usmanov if he can. Nathan Warren is 6.6 seconds off Roshi, about 4.5 seconds ahead of Ayrton Usmanov. And Yeah, looking quite nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a full lap with a driver. So who is closest to the start? Let me see, because it's all spread out a bit. There has to be someone near the pits. Is that Giuseppe now? Yeah, we'll just go on board, put a full on board lap with Giuseppe, because I want to get an on board lap in. And that was a personal best lap time there by Giuseppe, a 1:43.437, but just behind Leveroni, a 1:43.277, 1:44 for Morris Boot and 1:44.0, then a 1:44.1 for Anonymous Rat, 1:44.05 for Rossi, 1:44.1 for Nathan Warren, 1:44.6 for Finley. So yeah, you can definitely see a lot of times are starting to drop quite a bit there as well. So it'll be interesting to see by the end of the race where everyone is, as we're down under 10 minutes now to go. And it's been pole position for Giuseppe, and so far it's been quite a good day at the office. Looks like his teammate Leverone in second. Then it's our own team, Morris in P3, Anonymous Rat then in P4, Rossi in P5. Then our boy Nathan Warren for Supercharged in P6, Usmanov as well for Supercharged in P7, Finley Gamble 42ID in PA, Chris Tedder, it's not for 2C's Motorsport, it is for Amigos that he is, in P9, Chris Polycoff for Supercharged Motorsport in P10, Florian Lacroix for TWG Corsa in P11, Anthony Ferrante for Energy Simulation in P12, Andy Polycoff for Supercharged Motorsport in P13, Tyrone Alberts for TLR in P14, and Lee Vester for SI in P15, and Fabio is just sitting in the pits for M4 Squadra Corsa. He's not getting any points for this race as he wasn't on track, just FYI. So Giuseppe, as we say, leading this. We're going to jump on with Rossi because he's after catching up to Anonymous Rat, which is shocking. Running quite fast now, and another M4 or a driver as well. So it's quite full of supercharged and M4 or drivers and a few odd ends. But nice job there. Finley Gamble still sticking in there with Usmanov, but it's just kind of, he's stuck in a position where he just can't get by, and he's kind of sitting not knowing what he should do, I suppose, and where he should put in the pressure and hold off as well. But doing a phenomenal job nonetheless, which is what we're all about. Rocci though getting quite close now. Anonymous Rat doing a great job. For how much longer though? Because that was quite close there. Christian Rocci absolutely giving it all he can. Anonymous Rat here as well. Doing all they can, doing a phenomenal job while doing so. That's what it's all about. Finley Gamble was super close to Ayrton this time round. Usmanov absolutely holding his own there in the McLaren. Finley going for a different line, possibly going to try a bit of a switch back there. Usmanov has it well covered, using all of the track to keep that power on. The McLaren's normally lightning through there as well, but I tell you, Finley Gamble quite handy here and is not at all giving up on this one. With 6 minutes 35 seconds to go, he's giving it everything there now. Fastest lap at 1:43.0 from Giuseppe Castellano. Cannot go wrong with that, and that was his last lap out. So he's still absolutely on top of this. Tedder though as well is catching on to the Finley Gamble race, as you see, just ahead in the distance from him. You'll see there the battle with Usmanov and Finley Gamble. So Tedder is absolutely going to get involved with this one. The way things are going, we're going to have two very close battles near the end. Back on with the Rat and Rossi battle here. Oh, Rossi just literally trying for any way. Yeah, anyway, just to try and get by. He's trying different lines, trying to show the nose. Anonymous is not falling for it, he's just getting on with it. Well, Finley Gamble now, while he was attacking Usmanov, has a wild Chris Tedder there. Chris Tedder fancies himself maybe going from P9 to P7 here. Just has a small bit of road in the way of that happening. But also, Usmanov and Gamble side by side. Gamble, trying to go around the outside there. A bit of a door bang, but they've kept going. Chris though sitting there right with it. Chris right on top of this now. Chris has a lovely drive, right? He's going to go for a different line here. He's going to try and out drag Finley or possibly Artem there, because he's going to have a lovely drive there as Chris. I think Finley might find himself under a bit of pressure. Could we see 3 cars wide into the next bit of a go? I think Chris is going to have to go for it. Yeah, he is. And that's lovely stuff there by Chris. And fits in quite nicely. Finley's quite aware of that as well. Doesn't overfight it. But now what Finley, if he's smart, will do is to stick with Tedder. And then he'll wait to see his move that he tries then on Ayrton and try and go with that. And of course Ayrton though has been doing very well at defending. So not too long more for Ayrton to defend. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Speaking of which, Ayrton... Anonymous Rat here doing a great job as well. Ooh, it's gone a bit weird again. Not sure what's going on with that. We're back in and going anyway, that's the main thing. Must be my own internet today, maybe acting the mag. I may have checked it out afterwards. Of course, ACC being ACC after a Windows update. Oh, Chris. For some reason today it took me literally until starting the stream for the FPS to stay stable after an update there, so God knows what Windows were doing. Oh, Rocci here and Rat, this is the closest I've seen it coming down the straight for quite a while. He's nicely tucked in behind to get a nice toe. Rat's going to have to hold the inside line. He does. That's exactly what I expected there. So Rat can leave the room on the outside, but he can dictate the inside. Although, look at this. Oh, that's lovely driving by Rat. This is a great drive and good fair racing from Rocci as well. Can't keep my eyes off this one here now. Now, we're so close. Yeah, I'm just going to have to hold the inside. Then he can move a bit out to the outside. Has to leave it full cars with. And that's lovely driving there. I'm just going to jump back though to Chris Tedder as well. Ooh. who is absolutely pushing for away by as well. And now look at Finley Gamble right there as well. Chris runs a little bit wide. He's side by side though. It looks like Usmanov. Chris forcing his way on the inside, and Finley trying to force his way on the inside here. Usmanov on the outside, but now Usmanov is the inside line this time round. This is what you call racing. Chris is going to hang it to the outside. Finley's going to try for 3 wide. Oh my god. Usmanov has the inside line again. Chris is not giving up on it though. Chris is holding his line, so is Usmanov. Oh, this is what racing is about. Side by side through the full sector there, and still it's not dead certain. Oh, now it is. Oh, unlucky there. Let's go back 15 seconds, Hedy Kama. I just feel it was kind of more of a racing incident because it was tight racing. The room was there. Oh yeah, Usmanov, just Chris turned in. For me, that's a racing incident there. And unfortunately for Usmanov, he's come off the worst in that one there. But well done to Chris. That was honestly great racing up until that point. Of course, sometimes in hard racing there comes to a point where a minor error does put it off, but I heard him. Usmanov cannot do anything. I cannot say much wrong there. He just got it. It was just that part of the track where Chris had started to turn in, while Ayrton was literally just waiting to start turning in. No one in the wrong there. That was just unfortunate racing. And great racing before that though as well. Guys putting on a show. But Rochi now looking to put on a show. Anonymous Rat here. We're down into the last minute. And it looks like where's Giuseppe Castellano. We'll get one more lap in. I'm going to jump back on here as Rat has another lap and a bit to go. Can he hold off Rochi? That's what it comes down to here now. Finley Gamble doing a great job there up in P8. Nathan Warren's done a great job as well. Not being in too much of it now, but these battles here are really on it there. So Christian Rochi, you kind of feel if he gets by, he might pull out a bit, but Rat is absolutely doing a masterclass of keeping him behind. They're in the same machinery as well. They've got the same horsepower. Essentially same up two massively different lines there. This could be a nice setup for Rochi. It is a lovely setup, but then again, it has the rear end of that car as we're going on to the final lap now. Rochi is probably going to go for a last dash move. We don't like to see it, but I have a feeling it's building up to something. As Rat on the inside, Rochi on the outside, and away they go again. We are down now to 0.2 of a second between them. Rat's going to do what he's done all the time, hold the inside line. Rochi's going to go on the outside. I'm sorry for our race leader Castellano. I can't get my eyes off this one here, as this is for the last podium, or sorry, not even for the last podium position, for 4th place, but phenomenal. Rat just doing enough at the minute. Rochi though, much nicer line on the exit there. This could be a side-by-side situation now. This could be a race defining moment between the two of these. Rat on the inside, Rochi on the outside. Rat's going to have to leave the room though. Oh, Rochi's hung it this time. He's made it stick. That is great driving there. Rat though trying to just put the pressure back on again. And Rat's going to show his nose just to kind of put Rochi off a bit. But Rochi sings better of it there. And away they go. I think this could be it. Anonymous has a few more corners. I need to get onto the race leader though, because he's not had much luck at all this evening. And Giuseppe Castellano here this evening has been unbeatable. Pole position, led into the first corner. And for the last time this evening is going to be coming down to the last corner now. And across the line to be 1.4 seconds clear of his M4R teammate Lavarone in P2. So well done to Giuseppe Castellano, well done to Lavarone, and then to Morris Booton in P3 as well. Then we've got Rochi here. Oh my god, Rochi and Rat into the last corner. Rat sends it on the outside, but Rochi's the inside line. Don't know what happened there. We'll have to go back 15 seconds. Oh, they just came together. Both of them kept in it somehow. That was hard fighting between both of them. Then we've got Nathan Warren. Once this comes off it, now he's across the line. Of course, the replay has to go for the full 15 seconds. So now we've got Chris Tedder next with Finley Gamble just behind him, coming across the line. So Chris Tedder goes through there in 7th. Finley in P8. Usmanov then in P9. Chris Polycott then coming up for P10. And fair play as well to LaRue, because LaRue, with that heavy damage, is still after getting P11. So Polycott going up for P10. LaRue is coming around for P11. That car is beyond being a healthy car. Anthony Ferranti 12th, Andy Polycott 13th, Albert 14th, Vorster 15th. Gilhardry is not getting any points because didn't even do a lap. So we'll watch as LaCroix comes in there now, and that was really, really good fun. That was 18 wild laps out there in the amazing circuit is Kyalami. And we will see you there on Wednesday. Similar race conditions, could be wet, could be dry. It's in that kind of proximity anyway. And I want to thank you guys for joining me to watch the race. But yeah, that's it until Wednesday for the ACC side, as we start round 1 of season 6 on the Wednesday series. I think it's a 90-minute race around Kyalami, 2 mandatory pit stops. Join us for that, and you'll see me on Monday with the F1 race. So have a lovely weekend. Enjoy racing if you're doing any kind of racing, be it endurances on the weekend or anything else. And have a lovely evening. Thank you so much.